Welcome. Today we are going to master the concept of variance for a discrete random variable. You have probably seen this complicated-looking formula with sigmas and probabilities, but by the end of this video, it will make perfect sense. We will break it down piece by piece. So what exactly is variance? Simply put, it measures spread. It tells us how far our data points are scattered around the average. If the variance is low, the outcomes are clustered tightly near the mean. If the variance is high, the outcomes are spread far apart, meaning the results are more unpredictable. Before we calculate, let's identify the key players. First, we have x, our random variable, which represents the numerical outcomes. Second, p of x, the probability of each outcome occurring. And third, mu, the Greek letter representing the mean or expected value. This is our center point. Here is the formula for variance, denoted as sigma squared. It looks intimidating, but it tells a story. We take the difference between each value x and the mean mu. We square that difference to make it positive. Then, crucially, we multiply by the probability p of x finally. The big sigma symbol tells us to add everything up. Let's apply this to a real example. Imagine a cafe tracking how many special coffees they sell in an hour. The sales can be 0, 1, 2, or 3. We have the probabilities for each outcome listed here. Our goal is to calculate the variance of these sales. Step 1 is always to find the mean, or mu. We multiply each outcome by its probability and sum them up. 0 times 0.1 plus 1 times 0.4 and so on. This gives us a mean of 1.6 coffees. This is our baseline. Now for steps 2 and 3, we need to see how far each outcome is from that mean of 1.6. For 0, the distance is negative 1.6, but we don't want negatives canceling out positives, so we square each distance. Negative 1.6 squared is 2.56. We do this for every row. Step 4 is the most important part. We cannot just average the squared numbers, we must weight them by how likely they are. We multiply each squared deviation by its original probability. For the first row, 2.56 times 0.1 equals 0.256. After doing this for all rows, we sum the results to get 0.84. This is our variance. We often take one final step. Since variance is in squared units, like coffees squared, which does not make much sense, we take the square root to get the standard deviation. The square root of 0.84 is approximately 0.92. This tells us the typical difference from the average. To wrap up, remember that variance measures the average spread of your probability distribution. You calculate it by summing the squared deviations weighted by their probability. A higher variance means your outcomes are more risky or unpredictable. Thanks for watching.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.